So what are the latest trends in Agile? Where can I find this information? You don't have to be the Illuminati to find this information, at least this time. I will answer these questions in this video so that you can factor this into your career and organizational decisions. This is a 2022 State of the Agile report generated by a company that develops software for software and agile development. So what this company does is produces a report yearly surveying small, medium, and large companies from all different industries. Now I'm going to cover information that I thought was useful, pulling information out of this report that you might find useful too. These are the 5 main sections I want to go through today. Number 1, what's trending within Agile? Number 2, company experience with Agile. Number 3, what's working well? Number 4, what's not working well? And 5, what's next in the field? So what is trending? 89% of respondents, which were those companies that were small, medium, large, said that high-performing Agile teams had people-centric culture, people-centric values, clear culture, tools, and leadership empowerment. Meanwhile, also what's claimed in this report is that traditionally, companies focus on one of 3 things, which is raising revenue, lowering cost, or reducing risk. Now let's talk about the company experience with Agile that I found interesting in the report. So among these companies that surveyed, 72% of them said they were satisfied with their Agile practices. 7 out of 10 of these companies said that they were satisfied because they increased collaboration. It shows the importance of how can you think as a big company, but work like a small startup. The section that was what was working well. I thought these points were pretty interesting. In this section, it described the tools these companies were using, which puts in perspective of maybe there are some opportunities for careers in these types of tools, understanding and how to use them. In Jira, number 1 used tool within these companies, over 66% of these companies using that. And number 2 was Miro. Number 3, old faithful, Excel. 34% of companies said they still use Excel today. I want to note though that this Excel use has dropped by 11%. 11%. That's pretty wild, right? Because that tool is really easy to use, really easy to start. It seems like companies are finding value in other tools for the different ways of working and how the industries are changing with more software integrated, more data integrated in our day-to-day. Now for the working well section. What I found interesting in this is what other companies are using as far as their frameworks, their Agile frameworks. 87 said they're using Scrum. 56 said they're using Kanban. 27% of companies couldn't make a decision, so they used both Scrum and Kanban, called Scrumban. And fourth, with 20% of companies using it, iterative. What is iterative? I have no idea, because I thought iterative was part of these Agile frameworks, whether you're using Scrum or Kanban, or you're iteratively developing the solution. So not sure how the survey was questioning the companies, or the companies say, hey, we do our own thing. Not really sure. To me, it's like saying, do you play basketball? Do you play cricket? Do you play baseball? And no, the companies are like, no, we just play sports. Also, what I thought was interesting in the working well section was what companies' frameworks do they use. And the top frameworks, with 53% of companies using it, was SAFe, the Scaled Agile Framework. Second was Scrum at Scale, with 28% of companies reporting that they use it. And third, for the bronze medal, at 15%, was not sure at all. And to be honest, I think we all feel that way at some point. I'm surprised that this wasn't even larger, like 30 or 40%. At least we know that some companies are being honest. So let's talk about what's not working well with these companies in last year. Now, the top 3 challenges from the people perspective was not enough leadership participation, not enough knowledge about Agile, and resistance to change. And this actually leads into other items on this report. In this survey, the top results were company culture, lack of management support, inconsistent Agile practices or processes. This goes to show of who in the company is watching and who is actually participating. Because ultimately, if the highest leaders within the company do not buy this off, it's not going to be successful globally for the whole organization. Right? There could be small pockets of groups that are really good, but it doesn't optimize the whole. It's also important to understand that it's like playing a team sport. There's different positions for different functions. And so if those people don't know their function, they could be a goalie that's running in the center of the field because they don't know they're supposed to be blocking the ball on the goal. And so I feel like the same way for Agile, that there's really specific roles and they can be distributed. There's different ways companies can do whatever they want with that. But the thing is, if they don't know they're playing in their position, it can be a little bit chaotic. So what's next this year? Not a surprise. The pandemic, it really changed things. And this goes to the environment, supply chain, remote work, the tools we use. In volatile times, we really need to be able to adapt for our way of working in business agility, delivering those new features to our customers. I'll provide the link to this report if you want to dive deeper. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this report in the comments below. And like always, stay agile-ish.